Hi, this is Carrie Fleming with Keep Calm and Carry On, and today we are going to be making a button ring. And this is the one that I have here. I will be making a new one today, and let me show you what that looks like. It's really just buttons that my mother had in her collection, and I simply used wire to make a wrapped wire button ring. And this is fairly easy. It does take a little bit of practice to get the hang of it, but it's something that is inexpensive and a great gift for your loved ones, especially if it's, heirloom buttons from your grandmother or mother and so on. So the supplies that you will need, ring sizers if you have them, a ring mandrel if you have it. I will tell you what to use in case you don't have something like that. I just purchased wire at Hobby Lobby, and I purchased the 22 gauge, and it's in a silver color. It's not real silver, but it is coated to be non-tarnish, and then you will need 3 sets of pliers. These are the flat nose. If you open them up here and see, that's flat nose. These are the round nose. There you go. And then you also will need some wire cutters. You can buy these sets, the jewelry pliers, at a craft store like Hobby Lobby or Michael's, fairly inexpensively. You will also need some buttons. I have already chosen the buttons that I'm going to use for today's ring, and I will show those to you. It's just a really pretty pearlized, almost like a gray purple color, and then a pearlized white, just a standard button, but they are going to make a very beautiful ring. So I'm going to show you how to measure for a ring, and what I'm going to do is actually, I want it for my ring finger. So I'm going to take off actually my wedding ring is what I have on, and I'm going to measure it on the ring mandrel. Now if you don't have a ring mandrel, you can get some other tubular objects like markers, magic markers, a tube of chapstick, a tube of lipstick, the top of a nail polish, anything like that. Go ahead and fit your ring onto. And actually, if it's a little bit bigger that your ring won't fit on, that's a good thing, because once we start wrapping the wire, it's actually going to be a little bit smaller. So here, my ring measures a size 5. So I am going to start wrapping my wire at the size 6. Once we're done with the ring, it should be close to the size 5. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to want to cut your wire with the wire cutters to about 18 inches, and I have already done that over here. And I'm going to find close to the center. I'm going to find the 6 mark, which I've made a lot of rings at this size because the 6 is wiped off. But I am going to go ahead and wrap that around 3, 4, and I'm going to take this one 5. I'm going to wrap that around 5 times. Sort of slides quite a bit, that's okay. And then you're going to pull it tight and twist it around so it doesn't come apart very easily. There we go. Now I'm going to lay this, and it almost looks like bunny ears, and that's a good thing. That's what you want. Now go ahead and tighten that up here. Go back to the size 6 if you need to. Make sure it's tight. Okay. Now I'm going to take the largest button, and I'm going to thread each end through the button. So 2 ends. Bring it down. Open it up, and there you go. Again, I'm going to pull it down to the size 6. Okay, now I'm going to take the smaller button, make sure that it's right side up if it does have a right side. You will notice the bigger button on this one happens to have 2 holes. The one on this has 4. You just want to make sure that you pick the holes on opposite sides, not the same side. So it will end up looking like a diamond actually when you put it on the other. Let me show you. The wires will start crossing, but once you get them down there, it will lay really well for you. Pull that back down to the size 6, and that's how it starts. Okay, now what you'll want to do is go ahead and make a twist at the top. That's my last button. I'm going to pull these, whoops, pull these down and twist them together. Okay, now I want a little rosette on the top of my button. Can you see it there? Let's turn it this way. Okay, I want a little rosette on the top, so what I'm going to do is continue to just wrap those around. Wrap one around, wrap the other, and I'm going to go around, and it's going to end up making a little rosette in the center. It's a little hard to work with because it keeps going around on the mandrel. Okay, I don't know if you can see that now. Let's see if we can get it close to the camera. Let's see. Well, I'm trying to get a good picture. Okay, there is a rosette. Maybe if we bring it down here, you can see it a little bit better. Now I'm going to separate these one on either side. I'm going to take the ring off. You will see we have a band formed with the 5 wrapped edges. Now I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to take this end, wrap it under, and pull it tight. I'm going to turn it over, wrap the other one from the front to the back, wrap it over, and now I'm just going to continue to wrap this 3 to 5 times depending on how much wire I have left. There's 1. I'm taking it around the edge, 2, and pull that tight so there's no odd loops, 3. And I think for this one I'm just going to do the 3, and then I'm going to clip it off at about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. Now I'm going to turn it and do the same wrapping on the other side. Let's see. So here you have the 3 wraps right here. I'm going to do the same on this side. So I'm going to take it over, wrap it underneath, pull it, wrap it again, pull it. And this one I'm just going to barely have enough. I won't even need to trim that part. Okay, so there you have the ring. You may want to cut a little bit more. I thought 18 inches was plenty, but you may want to cut a little bit more. And if you can see, there's 2 rabbit ears coming out of either side. Now what you're going to do, this is when we use our round tipped pliers. And you are going to go the opposite. I don't know if you can see, but this is wrapping around this way. So I'm going to make a circle wrapping this. I'm just going to grab the tip and curl it back on itself. It makes a little circle there, if you can see that. Makes a little circle. Now I'm going to take the flat nose pliers and continue wrapping it around so it makes a little rosette in the center. And there's the rosette. Now I'm going to fold it up against the wrapping that we just did. Sort of knock it down there, and then you're going to pinch it together. This is going to keep any sharp edges from being on the ring. Now we're going to turn around and do the very same thing on this end. Now here the wire is wrapped around this way, so I'm going to take the the round nose pliers and wrap the little circle back towards the ring. Then I'm going to take the flat nose and start curling that back in towards the band. And really grab it there and make sure that it curls. You can see the little rosette. We're going to fold it towards the band up against the other wire wrappings. So there's no raw edges and pinch that together. Now I'm going to readjust my ring just so the sides of the wire comes down. There you have your ring. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Going to slip it on this hand to see if it fits. Oh, there you go. And you have a nice ring. Let me show you on the mandrel to make sure, to show you that it's pretty close to a size 5. Let me turn that around so we can see. There it is. It's a size 5. So even though I wrapped it at the 6, after we do all the wrappings, it does make it about a size smaller. This is something that's very easy, cheap, again, very fun to make. Let me show you this ring, and let's just take off this one too. Let me show you that. The sides, the rosettes, the rosette on the top. This one fits on my index fingers. This one a little bit smaller in button size, but it's really up to you which size you want to use. Again, there's a rosette, and the rosette's on the side, and that will fit my ring finger. So I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Please share it with your friends if you like it, and I hope you make lots of button rings. And please feel free to comment or ask questions below, and send us pictures of your button rings. Thank you for watching. Keep calm and carry on.